Hello students, welcome to my new video. In the last two video, we have discussed some geometrical structure, means some geometric shapes. And in the last video, I gave you idea about polygons. Polygon is a closed figure or a simple closed curve. But there is only difference that the polygon is formed by only line segment. Other the closed curve means a curve which has starting point and the ending point both at the same point. Then we say that it is a closed curve. But when we say that a closed curve which formed by line segment only, then such closed curve become to known as a polygon. So the definition of polygon is a simple closed curve is formed by line segment only is called a polygon. And I also gave some examples of polygon and also explained its properties like triangle, quadrilaterals, pentagon, hexagon, and so on. These are the simple closed curve which formed by line segment only. That is why such geometrical closed figure are known as polygons. I gave the example of triangle in which I told that this is the polygon which formed by three line segment, or the triangle is a polygon which formed by least line segment. Least line segment means there is no possibility to form a closed figure by two line segment. So here is triangle is only the example of polygon which formed by at least line segment, that is three line segment. And we also know that the line segment of the polygon is called its side or edge. Sides or edge. In the adjacent figure we can see that it has three side, three vertex and three angles. The point at which two sides are joined, then the point is called adjacent vertex, and these two lines that join at the adjacent vertex is called adjacent side. Here we discuss the interior and exterior of the closed figure. What is the interior? Interior means the area closed inside the closed figure. The interior of a closed figure is the region which lies inside the figure. That is, in the triangle, we can see that the region inside the triangle. The shaded part part shows that the region which lies inside the triangle. So we say that this region which inside the triangle is called its interior, and the region outside the figure is called its exterior. Just suppose that you are in the inner room, then the floor of the room is interior and the floor outside the room is exterior. So I hope there is no any doubt in exterior and interior of a closed figure. I explain the definition of interior and exterior once more. Please listen carefully. The interior of a closed figure is a region which lies inside the figure, and the exterior is the area which lies outside the figure. Here we can see that this is the circle, and the shaded part, inside the figure is called its interior, and this shaded part which lies outside the figure is called exterior. So this is known as interior, and this is the exterior. This is the exterior. What do you mean by interior of a closed figure? The interior of a closed figure means the region inside the figure is called interior, and the region outside the figure is called exterior. Now let's see the next topic, that is the collinear point. Collinear point. This topic has mixed from the properties of line surface. So I explain here. What do you mean by the collinear point? Collinear, the word collinear means same line. Collinear means same line. Point, as you know, point has position but no magnitude. Here we want to discuss about the collinear point. What do you mean by collinear point? Collinear point means the point that lies on the same line is called collinear point. If suppose that there are some point, that is point A, point B, point C and point D. The 4 points are given. We want to define collinear point. So just draw a line. This is a line. This is a line. And if these 4 points lies on the line, on the same line, like this, A, B, C and D. If these points lie on the same line, then we say that these are the collinear points. So the definition is very clear that if the points lie on the same line, then such points are called collinear points. Now the next topic is very interesting topic, that is the angle. So let's see what is the angle. In the figure you can see that there is two rays, ray OA and OB. If two rays are given, then in what condition we can say that they form an angle? There is a one condition that two rays is to be form an angle is that the both rays have the same initial point. The definition is originate from this concept is that two rays are said to be formed an angle if they have the same initial point. So we say that an angle in which two rays have the same initial point. Here we can see that there is two rays, that is OA is the one ray and OB is the second ray, and both rays OA and OB have the same initial point, that is O. So we can say that this figure is an angle because in this figure we can see that the two rays OA and OB have the same initial point. The initial point of the angle, the initial point of this figure of this angle is called its vertex. The point O is called vertex, and the rays OA and OB called its arm. This is the first arm and this is the second arm. I hope the definition of angle is clear and there is no doubt. Now let's see how we give the name of an angle. Now let us see that if AOB is an angle. So the first method for naming of an angle is that if O is the vertex of an angle and OA and OB be two arms of an angle, then we give the name of the angle is AOB or angle OBOA. If BO is the vertex and OA and OB are its arm, then we give the name of the triangle of the angle is angle AOB or angle BOA. Here the symbol this represent an angle. The second method to give the name, in this method we just write the name of the vertex using this symbol which represents the angle. In the figure we can see that O is its vertex, so we just write here angle O and read as angle O. This is the second method to give the name of an angle. Sometimes we use numbers or small letter of English alphabet to give the name of an angle. Just suppose that here we can see that there is an angle AOC and COB. Just suppose that this is the angle A and this is the angle 1. Then we give the name like this, angle A or angle 1. This is also a method to give the name of an angle. This method, the third rule, is very useful to give the name of an angle in which the concurrent lines form the stabilized angle. Just you can see in the figure, the initial angle was AOB, but here a three rays also passes through the point O. That means, as we know that from a point more than two lines if passes, then such lines are known as concurrent line. So if one see the ray OC is passing through the point O, then here we can have two angles, and I give the name of the angle is, first angle is angle A and second one by angle 1. Then we give the name of such angle by this symbol. So we can say that the third rule is useful to give the name of those various type of angle which formed by concurrent line. I hope all these topics you get very easily and you don't have any doubt. Instead of this, if you have any doubt, then you can go to the comment section and comment your doubt. I will try to solve your doubt in the next video. Thank you very much.